a sanctuary meditation for those who walk with faith, hope, and quiet courage. The doorway into stillness. Tonight, beloved traveler, you enter a sanctuary woven from ancient poetry and human longing, a soft chamber where the Psalms breathe again, not as relics of spiritual history, but as living companions. This is the second episode in our Interfaith Sanctuary meditation series, where we honor the sacred languages of humanity, silence, longing, resilience, and the unmistakable ache for peace. In this moment, leave your titles, your deadlines, your disappointments just outside the doorway. They will not be harmed. They will simply rest while you return to the center of yourself. Here, in this quiet space, the Psalms speak not only to believers, but to the weary, the curious, the skeptical, the hopeful, the lost, the returning. They speak to every heart that has ever tried to rise again after life bent it, bruised it, or bewildered it. You may come from Christianity, Judaism, Islam, or no tradition at all. You may pray with words or none. You may be devout or uncertain. But the Psalms were born out of a human condition older than any religion, the longing to be seen, to be held, to be guided, and to be renewed. And tonight, in this sanctuary, we listen to them not to convert, not to claim, not to exclude, but to receive wisdom that rests at the core of the human story. I invite you now, inhale deeply, exhale slowly, let the old noise go. Let your soul unclench, let the journey begin. When the heart speaks in whispers, the Psalms were never meant to be performed. They were meant to be whispered across stones, carried by wind, murmured under breath in the late hours when fear feels tall and courage feels thin. They were born in caves, fields, deserts, and lonely rooms where people had nothing left but hope and breath. Tonight we return to that primal simplicity. Feel yourself sit comfortably. Feel the weight of your body sink gently into the present moment. Feel the ancient cadence of the human heart, steady, rhythmic, eternal. Before there were temples, before there were churches, before there were labels, there was a person speaking to the infinite. Let that be you now. In the sanctuary of silence, you are allowed to be whole. You are allowed to be honest. You are allowed to unclasp the armor you show to the world. Psalm 23, the pathway for the weary traveler. There are texts across civilizations that carry healing, and Psalm 23 stands among them, a soft lantern held up in the dark. Close your eyes and let these words echo gently within you. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. You do not need to believe in any doctrine to feel the comfort of this ancient metaphor. Someone, something, life, nature, the universe, God, your own inner wisdom guides you gently toward peace. What does still waters mean for you tonight? Rest, safety, clarity, a moment where you can breathe without fear or expectation. Imagine those waters now, clear, cool, quiet, a place where your thoughts soften, your chest loosens, and your inner world unclutters. And now take a slow inhale. Let the waters rise around you. Let them wash away the noise. Let them restore the part of you that has been tired for too long. When silence teaches what no word can. There is a moment in every spiritual journey where words become too small, where explanations feel clumsy, where language cannot carry what the heart knows. Silence becomes the teacher. In meditation, silence is not emptiness. Silence is not absence. Silence is presence amplified. Presence without distraction, without noise, without fragmentation. Tonight, allow silence to settle in you like soft snowfall. Let your breath move slowly like clouds passing across a quiet dawn. Let the tension in your shoulders melt downward. Let your jaw unclench. Let your mind stop sprinting. silence is not the opposite of speech. Silence is the space where truth echoes. If you listen closely, you may feel a sense of being held, not by religion, not by doctrine, but by existence itself. IV, Psalm 27, Courage for the Anxious Heart. Now, listen to a psalm for those who carry anxiety in their bones, those who smile outwardly while storms rage quietly within. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. This is not a militant psalm. It is a declaration of inner resilience. It says, even when the world feels hostile, even when circumstances overwhelm, even when life feels uncertain, there is a light that cannot be extinguished. Perhaps that light is faith. Perhaps that light is your inner strength. Perhaps that light is the memory of surviving everything you thought would break you. Take a breath, slow, steady. Let your chest expand with courage. Let your mind soften its grip on fear. You are not fragile. You are not small. You are not alone. V, the meditative walk through sacred imagery. I invite you now into a guided inner journey, a contemplative walk through the landscapes that inspired the Psalms. Picture a narrow path at dawn. The sky is painted with soft golds and pale blues. The earth is cool beneath your footsteps. Birdsong ripples through the early air. As you walk, the worries of your day fall behind you like pebbles you no longer need to carry. Ahead, a valley opens, vast, gentle, brimming with quiet light. Feel the warmth of the sun rest on your shoulders, reminding you that you belong here. The Psalms speak of valleys not as places of fear, but as passages of becoming. Let this valley be the place where your spirit expands, where your breath deepens, where your heart remembers its original rhythm. Let yourself walk slowly through it. Feel the grass brushing your ankles. Feel the breeze lifting your hair. Feel peace settling into your bones one breath at a time. Just Psalm 46, stillness in the midst of chaos. Now listen to a verse often whispered in hospitals, whispered before protests, whispered in war zones, whispered by the broken-hearted. Be still and know that I am God. Love, conscience, the universe, the mystery behind existence, but the invitation is the same. Be still. Be still in a world that shouts. Be still in a world that rushes. Be still in a world that measures your worth by speed, noise, and productivity. Stillness is rebellion. Stillness is healing. Stillness is the moment you step back into your power. Let that stillness unfold in you. Let your breath become soft and natural. Let your mind glide gently into quietness. In stillness you remember, your value is inherent. Your presence matters. Your existence is not an accident. 7. The Psalms as a universal human archetype. Across cultures, across continents, across millennia, humans have used poetry to express the soul's most complex emotions. The Psalms are part lament, part praise, part confession, part surrender. They are the voice of someone learning to trust life again. They are a psychological and emotional roadmap. They help us grieve. They help us hope. They help us rise. This is why billions across the world, Christians, Jews, Muslims, Seekers, atheists, return to the Psalms for comfort. Not because they seek the same God, but because they seek the same peace. Tonight you join them. You enter that ancient lineage of human hearts searching for a quiet place to rest. Read Psalm 91, the Psalm of Protection. Now for the wandering heart seeking safety, listen. He will cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you will find refuge. This is one of the most beloved metaphors, gentle, maternal, protective. Even if you do not believe in divine intervention, imagine this scene. You are sheltered beneath soft wings, warm, strong, steady. The world outside may roar, but here you are protected. Allow that imagery to wrap around you. Let your heartbeat slow into safety. Let your breath deepen into Tonight nothing can harm you. Tonight you are held. 9. When the soul finally releases its burden. Sometimes the Psalms feel like conversations with one's own shadow. The parts we hide, the parts we fear, the parts we deny. Meditation gives the soul permission to bring these shadows gently into the light. As you breathe, allow anything heavy to rise softly to the surface, like ink dispersing in water. Let it dissolve without judgment, without fear, without resistance. You do not need to fix anything tonight. You do not need to perform. You do not need to impress. Simply, gently allow your soul to exhale. X. A final blessing for your night journey. As we close this sanctuary meditation, receive a final blessing drawn from the heart of the Psalms. May peace settle on your mind like dew on morning grass. May your fears step back gently into the shadows. May your worries loosen their grip. May your breath return to its rightful depth. May your heart rediscover its courage. And may your night unfold with softness, clarity, and protection. You are part of a vast lineage of seekers. You belong to the great tapestry of humanity's sacred longing. You are a traveler in the landscape of the soul, and tonight you are guided, supported, held. The hidden rooms of the Psalms. I am entering the inner sanctum of the heart. There is a moment in every spiritual practice when the outer world fades into soft distance, and the inner world, quiet, luminous, intimate, begins to unfold like a hidden room. The Psalms invite us into that space, not as visitors, but as rightful inhabitants. Close your eyes. Take a slow breath. Feel your chest rise like a gentle tide. Feel it fall as the tide returns to shore. Inside you there is a sanctuary untouched by time, grief, or circumstance. A place where your soul remembers its original dignity. A place where you are not defined by your past, your pain, or your ambitions. A place where you simply are. The Psalms were written from such places, private chambers of truth where the human heart spoke with no witness except the divine. When you enter this inner room, you are joining that long lineage of seekers who dared to speak honestly with their deepest self. Let yourself step inside. Let the door close gently behind you. You are safe here. You are whole here. You belong here. O.T. me Psalm 121, a song for the ones who keep going. Now let your heart receive another ancient whisper. I lift up my eyes to the hills. From where does my help come? My help comes from the Lord. This psalm is a song sung by travelers, pilgrims, wanderers who walked through deserts and uncertainty. It is the voice of someone who keeps moving forward even when strength feels thin. Imagine yourself standing before a vast horizon of hills. They rise like ancient guardians. They hold secrets of storms they survived, winds they endured, and seasons they witnessed. Those hills are metaphors for resilience, for endurance, for the parts of you that refuse to collapse even when the world did not make sense. Now ask yourself quietly, where does your strength come from? Your family? Your faith? Your discipline? Your scars? Your stubborn hope? Your quiet belief that life can still surprise you with goodness? Inhale, let your spine lengthen with courage. Exhale, let self-doubt slip down your back and into the earth. You are supported by forces seen and unseen, by the wisdom of your ancestors, by the resilience you inherited, by the survival you earned. Therim, the Psalms as mirrors of emotion. One of the extraordinary qualities of the Psalms is their emotional honesty. They do not sanitize fear. They do not hide grief. They do not pretend to be fearless or perfect. They cry, they question, they plead. They shout into the void. They stand in darkness and wait for dawn. This honesty is why the Psalms remain universally human. You do not need theological training to understand a broken heart. You do not need religious affiliation to understand longing. You do not need tradition to understand the desire to feel held by something larger than yourself. Meditation on the Psalms is not about perfection. It is about permission. Permission to feel, permission to heal, permission to release. Let yourself mirror their honesty now. If there is sadness, let it breathe. If there is anger, let it untangle. If there is confusion, let it stretch out and soften. If there is joy, let it rise like sunlight. Emotions are not enemies. They are messengers carrying truths too important to ignore. There, Psalm 139, you are known fully and completely. Now we enter one of the most intimate meditations in all of sacred literature. You have searched me, Lord, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. This psalm is the opposite of loneliness. It is the declaration that you are profoundly understood, even the parts you hide. Imagine for a moment being fully seen without judgment. Imagine being known without fear. Imagine being loved without condition. For some, this presence is God. For others, it is conscience. For others, the universe. For others, the gentle wisdom within themselves. Whatever your language, whatever your belief, the message is the same. You are not invisible. You are not forgotten. You are not a mistake. You are a being of complexity and beauty, shaped by experience, guided by something deeper than logic, an invisible thread that has pulled you through every chapter, even the painful ones. Sit with that. Let that truth rest on your heart like warm hands. You are known. You are seen. You are loved. Extreme, a guided journey through inner peace. Now breathe slowly. Return to the quiet landscape within yourself. Imagine standing at the edge of a still lake at twilight. The water mirrors the sky, deep blue, soft violet, fading gold. The air is cool. The breeze is gentle. The world is quiet. This lake is your inner calm. Walk toward it. Kneel beside it. Touch the water with your fingertips. As you do, imagine every worry dissolving into the gentle ripples. The pressure you feel, the expectations you carry, the fear you try to hide, the guilt that clings too tightly, the memories that ache. Let them all drift away, one by one, into the infinite quiet. You do not need to solve everything tonight. You do not need to understand everything tonight. You simply need to breathe, to release, to rest. The lake remains still, holding your burdens without judgment. Now place your hands on your heart. Feel it beating. Feel it calling you back to yourself. This is the heart that carried you through your hardest moments. This is the heart that refused to stop loving, hoping, dreaming, seeking. This is the heart that continues to rise again and again. Let gratitude spill gently into you for your own survival, your own resilience, your own courage. Sing Psalm 62, Rest for the Soul. Another whisper from the ancient library of the human spirit. Truly my soul finds rest in God. My salvation comes from Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation. My fortress, I will never be shaken. You do not need to interpret this traditionally. Let it simply mean there is a place in you that cannot be broken. There is a core of strength beneath your exhaustion. There is a fortress inside you built from every battle you survived. Tonight, touch that fortress. Recognize its architecture, your faith, your discipline, your healing, your wisdom, your scars, your endurance. You may be tired, but you are not weak. You may be uncertain, but you are not lost. You may be healing, but you are not defeated. Let this verse be your anchor. Let it hold your spirit gently in place. 17. A final blessing of peace. As we close this extended meditation, receive this final blessing. May the Psalms wrap around you like a cloak of ancient light. May their poetry soothe the restless corners of your mind. May their honesty give you permission to feel deeply. May their courage awaken your own. May their imagery anchor you in peace. May sacred silence become your companion through the night. And may you wake tomorrow with clarity, strength, and the quiet confidence that you are guided, held, and never alone. Rest now, dear traveler. You are in the sanctuary. You are safe. You are loved. You are whole. Rest deeply, rest freely, rest with ancient poetry folded around you like a warm cloak. Good night, dear traveller. May sacred silence walk with you until dawn, the doorway into stillness,